to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lohnert.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And joining us this morning is our very own Michael J. Stevens. His show comes on every evening at 5 p.m. He talks to the movers and shakers throughout our community. Michael, welcome. But before we do that, Miss Rhonda's got something special to say.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday to my mama.
Happy birthday.
She's in Canadian. She's probably not able to watch, but I just hope she has a blessed day, and I will see you soon.
And thank you for Miss Rhonda. Happy birthday. Have a great day. Michael, we're coming off a Super Tuesday, and probably just Chuck had said something. This is probably the most uneventful Super Tuesday he's seen in a while, but
Yeah.
we talk about politics being local. We should look at things locally first and then go out from that bubble. And looking locally, we talked this morning. One of the surprises, Carolyn Fairley won her race handedly, and Cindy Bullock put up a spirited fight, others in that race. But did you expect that, Mike? Did you see that coming out?
I expected her to win. I didn't expect her to win by the margin she did. That's to me the biggest surprise in that race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, and it always bodes true, and it kind of holds, especially in this part of the world. Her Democratic challenger, I think she got one right now, Tim Gassaway.
Right.
But I don't think she'll see near the competition she saw in the primary race. I think that was the big one right there, her taking the primary.
Yeah. And we had talked about that was, in our minds, a possibility for a runoff.
Yeah. Oh, runoff. Yeah, it could be so tight, but it was quite a bit of a margin in victory for Carolyn Fairley. And so that was the big race. Now, the one race that last night, and Michael texted me, and a race I said would probably be a runoff is for the 108th District Judge.
Right.
Yes.
Pam Sermont, Mr. Purtle. It had Jomar Wilson, and who's the fourth? I don't want to forget anybody. There was a fourth one in that race. Was it Brown?
Pamela Sermon.
Yeah, I got
We got that one.
Was it
And you
Brown?
had Jomar Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was Sam Brown Silverman.
Sam Brown
Yes,
Silverman.
Silverman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes,
And,
yes.
last night, 10 o'clock, almost 11 or so, it showed as a runoff. But this morning's results say Tim Purtle, right?
I have to admit, I was surprised to wake up this morning. First of all, when you invited me to do this yesterday, you didn't tell me when I woke up this morning it was still going to be dark outside. But yeah, when the alarm went off and I checked my resources, I admit I was surprised to see that they had declared Purtle the winner.
Yeah, it was so tight. I mean, at one point last night, it was like 29. There was like 3 points separating everybody.
And you know what that tells me? There were good candidates all the way around.
Yeah.
You couldn't miss with anybody, you know. You couldn't miss.
Yeah.
And
Great point, Chuck.
you know, and that in itself tells me something right there.
It
I
was
agree.
4 strong.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a tough one.
That was
I
tough.
agree.
Yeah. Looking at some of the more races of local concern, Sheriff Chris Forbes was returned to office in Randall County, and Mr. Short put a lot of effort into it. But,
Yes, he did.
Sheriff Forbes outpaced that when the county commissioner seat, H.R. Kelly, Mr. John Coffey, they returned back to work, as well as H.R. Kelly's constable in that precinct, Darrell Wirtz, all took that in stride. I don't think anybody saw anything unusual coming there, but I tell you the thing that I thought would have been a difference was the Thomas Warren III race against Tamara Reed Dixon.
Right.
And Thomas Warren, the young man, won that race, and didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a closer race.
I remember I told you and Chuck yesterday that the one that I thought was the sleeper race was going to be that Potter County tax assessor collector. So I'm not surprised by it, but it was in fact it's as close as I thought it would be. I thought that one could go either way.
Right. That was my feeling too, and I think that was my sense in all of this. either you're going to blow the doors off of them or it's going to be a squeaker. There was not going to be an in between in there, and that's what a lot of the races turned out to be, where it was just like I said, the Carolyn Fairley was just I thought it'd be a whole lot closer race.
Yeah, did any of you see Caroline winning by that margin, 60? I think
No.
is what she ended up with.
I did
Not
not.
by that.
No.
I saw her winning, but not by that much, personally. And I tell you, as far as I'm concerned, this is a sea change all the way around. We are sea
Well, I
change.
think it's a call to what we're seeing, and I think this sentiment is going to grow to the Nashville younger.
Exactly.
You have to get the next generation involved.
I have to tell you, I think, and we're probably going to get to this later. I think Caroline Fairley is. I believe that's kind of a tie-in to why Nikki Haley hung in that race for so long. I think Nikki understood she wasn't going to be able to dethrone the locomotive that is the Trump train, but I think she wanted to get a message out there. I think she wanted to start sort of prefacing the years ahead, and I think Caroline Fairley is just one of those upstarts that she's trying to lift up.
Right.
Especially with the RNC being, are we still not looking for a leader?
Especially with the RNC in disarray. Correct.
Yeah.
They appointed the one after the lady from South Carolina stepped down, North Carolina stepped down, and it's part of the Trump campaign. But overall, for the Republican Party, I just see a sea change. I see it going more
Definitely.
younger. And John Smithy returns to his office, and no surprise there.
No,
No.
not a surprise at all. I know you had him, and I think I had him on the show early on. And John told me, and I'm sure he said the same thing here. The reason why he ran is because he didn't want, basically, trying to be polite here. He didn't want, 86 and 87 to
Right.
be seated by rookies. He wanted some experience in there. So I valued that in John. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, having that voice. You used to, you just having that voice and knowing the ropes of how to get things done. And that, I think, with Ford Price retiring, I think that was you got to think of some of the legislators we've lost over the last 4 to 3 years. Kel Seliger, of course, was a great representative. And then, like I said, and then Ford Price. And so John Smith, he had the right idea, and he had the right path of, I'm here to keep things stable, keep status quo, and to do what I've been doing for these last several years. So, yeah, no surprises there at all.
And again, David, you hit it right on the head. It's the case of stabilization. As far as far as most people are concerned, you need the old head, if you will, to balance out the young stuff